Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special show review here today, Monday, December 8th. We are reviewing the Stardom Nighter in Korakuen, December 2025. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here today. I've been off for the past week. It is the season of busyness for many of us. So I decided, you know what, I'll take the week. We'll bounce right back with the big time Korakuen that featured the Wonder of Stardom Championship main event between Saya Iida and Sorry, the number one contendership main event that is. We're also going to talk the returns throughout this show as Stardom Dream Queendom 2025 continues to take shape, and it will, of course, lead into a very busy time of the year where we have so much content prepared. So, hopefully, you're enjoying all these recordings. You're enjoying what we have going on here on this channel. Thank you to everyone who continues to support the channel. It's meant the world to me this year. This year was about setting the foundation for what we want to do here on the YouTube channel. Next year, we have so many big ideas, so many new series, so much planned. And like I said, we have so much planned just to end this year. We got Queendom, we got reviews, we got first stream at the start of next year. We have a little bit of everything for all of you. We'll get you, and the big run that we have prepared, it'll all end with the Joshi predictions for 2026. Don't you worry. We have so much planned. But thank you, everyone, for joining me here today. We're going to review this entire Korakuen Hall show from the rookies returning to the main event, a superb main event at that. So without further ado, before we get to the main event, let's just say go check out the Stardom update from last week if you haven't already. We talked all about the tag league, the win by Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kara, what it could mean, and so much more. And if you haven't, go check out the future of Stardom, future of Joshi, I should say, video that we did about Hina and Rina. Loved doing that video. You could also check out everything else we've done over this past month, including the Joshi showcase with Chihiro Hashimoto, the future of Joshi spotlight on Victoria Yuzuki, and so much more. Like I said, we have so much planned moving forward. We're going to have a Marigold update Joshi Weekly this week, talking the Sapporo title matches, as well as the Shinjuku Face show on Wednesday. And we'll kind of give you a look at what's to come for them as well. That'll come up either Wednesday or Thursday. And then after that, we have a big special feature built for sometime next week. Hopefully, a Christmas themed video after that. And like I said, we get into the big year end stuff, awards, everything that comes with that. And keep an eye out. I will be posting it on this feed, but I'll be posting on my social medias as well. The 5-Star Joshi Awards, the 4th annual 5-Star Joshi Awards. We will be putting that ballot out once Stardom Dream Queendom is over. That's when the ballot becomes open. We will hold another award show right here on the channel, so keep an eye out on that. But without further ado, let's get to what we're here for today, and that is the Stardom Korakuen review, the Nighter in Korakuen December 2025 review, headlined by Saya Iida versus Sohrei. So much going on this exact show. I was so excited after everything that happened on the final 2 nights of the tag league. They set up a show full of returns, full of importance, and full of excitement that is going to get you even more excited for Queendom and really the rest of the month. It's the most excitement I've had for a show in Stardom in quite some time. It's not even that the card was top to bottom unbelievable, but there were things that were of the most importance, and that's huge. With all the injuries they've dealt with this year, with the current injuries they're dealing with, right? Momo Watanabe is out, Starlight Kid is out, Hanan's been out. The returns that we just got are very welcome, very exciting, and we're going to talk about all of it right here, right now. So let's get to it, and I'll start with the rookie versus rookie, the returns of Matoi, Hamabe, and Kanaya, 2 of the most exciting rookies I think Stardom has had debut over the past year and a half. I think they are the best. When you look at the crop of rookies that have debuted, right? You kind of go back and date it and start with Rian last year. You have Akira Kuragane, um, Kikyo Furusawa, Emma Maishima, Yuri Hime, and these 2, right? These 2, I think, have such impressive potential in such different ways. On one hand, you have Matoi Hamabe, who has the explosiveness and the background to, I think, be a top of the line professional wrestler in the long run. You know, she's dealt with the knee injury, but it didn't slow her down whatsoever. There was a sense of comfort in this return. There was a sense of certainty in this return. She is someone who I think can be a big time success in the world of joshi. Her judo background, that's always a big plus when it comes to these wrestlers, but she's very unique, she's very exciting, and I think as more time goes on, we're gonna see some explosiveness that really puts her above the rest in terms of the in-ring ability. And then on the other side is Kanaya. I don't know if we've seen a Stardom rookie debut with this much charisma and this much creativity in quite some time. This woman had 8 matches before she got injured earlier this year. In many ways, this was essentially like a re-debut because she was around for like 3 weeks and then the injury happened and then she was gone. This is someone who I think if you are smart, you can get behind sooner rather than later from the rookie class. Like I said, the charisma jumps off the page. It's someone that you're gonna want to connect to. And watching these 2 wrestle, I'm big fans of both of them, and they're the types of wrestlers that I think we can really develop a talking point about very, very soon as they kind of get back in the swing of things when it comes to like a future of Joshi video, because I think both of them have that excitement. And I think looking at the Stardom rookie crop and all the rookies that they have is also part of the excitement. Matoi missed so much time and missed so much time, but now that they're both back, I think it creates such excitement on house shows. It creates such excitement on any show, any undercard, because I think there is a chance for these 2 to be big parts of tag matches and anything else really, really soon. This match was a lot of fun. I like this as the main card opener. I like this as a way to reintroduce them against each other. They have kind of posted throughout their recovery process, right? They've been recovering together, different injuries. And hurt her hand. Matoi hurt her knee, but they've gotten back into things together. And there is a chemistry there, there is a connection there, and you saw it after the match when they embraced. Ultimately, Toy Hamabe utilized her athleticism to get ahead in this match, planting Kanaya at one point with the awesome judo toss. Like she has a unique like ripcord judo toss that I absolutely love. And she ultimately made Kanaya tap out to the one-legged crab, kind of into a lion tamer version, which I thought was really cool and a great way to reintroduce her in kind of a dominant fashion. Matoi, you know, debuted first. That is an important part of it. She debuted before before Akira, sorry, before Yuria, before Emma, before Kikyo, right? All of them kind of the same class, but debuting before them and as young as she is, she had a lot of high standards instantly. And now she's trying to get back into it, get back at it. Her winning here rather than these 2 going to like a 10-minute draw, I think is a definitive fact that Stardom's ready to kind of get right back behind her, because I do think they see the potential that I do as well. That's not to take anything away from Kanaya, though. She is someone who's very new right when she got hurt, but instantly felt like she could be a big deal. And I think she's someone that you're going to want to run with sooner rather than later. But we'll see how that all goes. My biggest takeaway from the match: these 2 should be teaming moving forward. They have the relationship established. People who have been following Stardom, if you follow them on social media, you know the connection they have. Have them team up. Have them team up and face off or face with Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kara for the New Blood tag belts, either on the Christmas Day show or sometime next year. I think these are directions you should be going, especially with what they have as a relationship, as a friendship. So that's what I'm kind of hoping to see next for these two, but it's a very big welcome back to both of them. And they were two of the four returnees on this show that just really gave a boost to not only the show itself, but the product itself. So welcome back both to Matoi and Ann. Hopefully you guys can keep going for as long as possible because I'm very excited about both of their futures. We then had a trios match with Miyu Amasaki, Mei Sarah, and Azumi taking on Kikyo for Ashawa, Tomoki, Naba, and Lady C. Not much to get into here. This is more about the aftermath than the actual match itself, but a fun trios match nonetheless. I think when you look at these six wrestlers, obviously you have the Neo Genesis trio that is obviously very, very good anytime they step into the ring, and they do kind of feel aimless as a group right now, right? With no Starlight Kid, they're just kind of there, right? O2 line didn't have the best tag league. May Sarah's been waiting for the next high speed title match, which we all hoped and thought would be what it ended up turning out to be. And on the other side, Tomoki Naba obviously kind of just coming back around. She missed all of tag league. She wasn't around. So that's a big part. Kikyo's still a rookie and treated as such, right? She's taken the losses, but I do think there is some excitement there for her if they want to give her some more opportunities here, at least starting off on New Blood. And Lady C continues to be a consistently solid trios and tag wrestler. You know, those are those spots she's put in, but she always knows where to hit her spots, what to do in her spots. And I think there needs to be an appreciation for that. So I thought this was a fun, solid trios match. But ultimately, what it was all leading to was this: Yuna Mizumori versus Mei Sarah. Finally, the rematch. Finally, we have been building to this match literally all year. Literally all year. Yes, we had the draw, right? They had the draw, and that was great, right? That was great. But that was a few months ago. And before that, we knew Yuna was chasing the high speed all the way back in, I think, March or April, and we just never got around to it, right? The high speed title kind of disappeared. I did an entire video on it. Like, what do we do with the high speed? And it seems like since then they have gone back to the old rules, which thank God. So now we know Mei Sarah versus Yuna Mizumori will happen. It will be at the December 24th year-end Christmas night show, December 24th, Korakuen Hall. Probable main event, if I had to guess. So I'm very excited for that match. Not only because I think these two are fantastic, but I'm so ready for Mei Sarah to move on from this title. It's long overdue. Long overdue that she moves on from this championship, a championship just that she has done everything she possibly can with, and then some. I don't think it's possible to ask for more from her with this high speed belt. And on the other hand, with Yuna Mizumori, I don't think it's possible to lead her on anymore without finally winning a championship. She was always, to me, a good artist option, but she has developed into such a good wrestler. She is very deserving of this high speed title. And I think these two are going to hit a home run on the 24th to really kick off the year end events and festivities for Stardom. So I'm looking forward to that. Yuna Mizumori versus Mei Sarah, high speed championship, December 24th at the year end Christmas Korakuen show. So looking forward to that one. We then had Hazuki and Koguma taking on Momo Kogo and Yuri Hime. First time in a long time I remember them taking on a Stars team, obviously with everything that went on earlier this year between Hazuki and Hana and all that. It was interesting to see them get kind of paired up with any members of Stars for the first time in a long time, which ultimately led to a Hazuki victory. FWC won a match. I know, I was shocked too. I know they had matches in the tag league as the Luchadors, but listen, we've gone to a point where I'm very accepted of what FWC is now in this company. And I guess the scene as a whole, right? In other places, they are treated a bit higher, but still they're there to essentially lose. So I'll take a win when we can get one. I'll take a victory when we can get one. And ultimately, this is what we got. We got Hazuki pinning Momo Kogo, hitting the big senton bomb because it was all leading to the big challenge, the big match at Stardom Dream Queendom. It will be Hazuki going one-on-one with Fua-chan. Of course, Fua-chan returning, and becoming a full-time wrestler, starting at Queendom, a big, big deal. I don't know how much I've actually talked about that on this channel. I don't think I talked about it too much when she announced it. But, she has, uh reading everything about, what she did and the way she's tried to, make up for it. Now she's enters the next part of her life, the next part of her career, and that is back in the ring. And if you have followed me since 2022 when she made her first, when she had her first match, I had said then, I was like, this is someone who, if she wants to embrace pro wrestling, can be very good at. She can excel at it. She's had 2 matches in her career. Both the matches I walked away saying, Fua-chan can be something in pro wrestling. And a big part of that, a big part of her training is, of course, Hazuki. Hazuki is one of the 3 that get credited with the training, maybe the most. She might get credited with most of training Fua-chan, but it was her, Mayu, Saida. And I don't think there was a more perfect opponent for not only Fua-chan's re-debut, but her first ever singles match. That's the other big part of this. All of her other matches were tag matches spread apart. She hasn't wrestled since 2023. She's going to step into this match against Hazuki, and Hazuki is going to bring everything and more to her. She's going to challenge Fua-chan to rise to the occasion. She's going to challenge Fua-chan to say, are you a pro wrestler? And the answer needs to be yes. I'm very excited to see what these 2 can create. We get a big Hazuki singles match on a pay-per-view. I'm never going to complain about that. Probably the opener on Stardom Dream Queendom, if I had to guess. That's what Fua-chan was doing beforehand. I'm pretty confident Stardom's kind of going all in on Fua-chan. I think this is someone that they're ready to build up, that she's not going to be treated. I know she's doing the ringside stuff, like she's being a second and being a helper and, doing the full on training. But this is someone who has, the public connection, right? She obviously, again, went through what she did, but she's a celebrity in many ways, and she's going to be someone that Stardom gets behind. So that's why they're giving her the big re-debut at Stardom Dream Queendom. And they're giving her Hazuki because this is a full-on let's make Fua-chan look the best she can, right? So it's a exciting matchup, I think, in terms of her re-debut. I have no problem with anyone who's kind of maybe against the Fua-chan re-debut, but I for me, um, on the wrestling side of things, I'm interested to see how she does this many years removed. But that is the next step. We are heading towards Stardom Dream Queendom with these 2 facing off, and I think Hazuki's gonna give her one hell of a match. So, that is the latest for, Hazuki, for Fua-chan. That's first of 4 matches we now have official. We'll talk more about the others here in a second. But the next match was none other than Natsupoi, Yuna Mizumori, and Aya Sakura defeating Team Sareeism, Sareee, Miku Kane, and Chi-Chi. I thought this was the second best match of the night after the main event. Listen, I do it every time, right? I'm always gonna praise the Sareee match, but it's because it's always that good. And this match, so many different things working here. The only 2 that don't have the direct rival is Yuna Mizumori and Miku Kane, and they've both been sensational over the past month, right? Every time that these 2 teams have faced off, they are a big part of that. But we got to see Chi-Chi and Aya Sakura for the first time in a very long time go face to face, and you could feel that. You could feel that fire, that momentum, that excitement between the 2, right? That was the first face off we got. And then, of course, Natsupoi and Sareee, they are telling stories. They are telling a story you want to listen to. They are telling a story you want to watch. And the way they're doing it, I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way. I think there is a uniqueness here. I think there's an excitement to what they're doing. And I love using that word excitement. I've used it many times on this recording already because that's what I'm feeling watching this show. Sareee and Natsupoi, the best friends. We know that, right? They are best friends in real life. But what Sareee has said has fired Natsupoi up. Fired Natsupoi up in a way that was desperately needed. Natsupoi in that interview, right? She said, since my anniversary, I just haven't felt the same, haven't been as locked in. And Sareee saw that. And each time they face off, you see Natsupoi of old. You see that Natsupoi of 2022, 2023, especially come out. Right? One of the best wrestlers on the planet when she is fired up like that. And these two in this match, sensational minutes. I was watching them go back and forth in the closing stretch. I'm like, this is going to be the match of Stardom Dream Queendom. While it's not official for that show, that is the direction we are building towards, right? We are building towards this being the big time special singles match. Nothing on the line, just a rivalry filled with excitement, a rivalry filled with momentum, and it all came to a head here. The last time they faced off a week ago at the Tag League final, right? Natsupoi wanted to face Sareee one-on-one, and Sareee said, "What is the point? You haven't proven to me you can beat me. You haven't proven to me that you're different from the last time we faced off. When I beat you at Sareeism, you haven't proven it to me yet." So, fast forward a week. These two are trading falls back and forth. These two are trading visual victories over one another back and forth. We get a Uranagi broken up by uh the Angels. We have Natsupoi hit the, I always call it the SOS that Kofi Kingston used to call it. I forget what Natsupoi calls it, but we get a breakup by Miku and Chi-Chi. And that all leads to Natsupoi dropping Sareee right on the back of her neck with the very strained straight jacket suplex to pin her in the middle of the ring. And that, folks, is how you build up a match. You want me to prove myself to you, Sareee? Fine. I will pin you in the middle of the ring. Fired up. These two are bringing the best out of one another. And listen, I think that is one of the great traits of Sareee, and I say it all the time. She often brings out the best of her opponents, more often than not, each and every match, each and every day. She is bringing out the version of Natsupoi that we all know has been in there for a long time. And we've seen it come out, right? We've seen it come out a few times this year, but not as much as maybe we wanted to. I think there was part of her in that feud with Saya Kamatani where I saw that. I'm a big fan of that championship match after all. But this is that level that everyone was saying this has to be a Wonder of Stardom champion sooner rather than later. This is that Natsupoi. Now I think we're saying she needs to be a World of Stardom champion sooner rather than later. And that's what this feud is serving to be. At Stardom Dream Queendom, that's where I think this match happens. That's where Sareee hinted at. It's like there's only one stage for us to face off, right? It feels like it's got to be this stage. Stardom Dream Queendom 2025. You look at the card so far. There's four championship matches. Four championship matches? No, four matches total, three championship matches, and the Fuwichan re-debut. None of those, I think, have the potential to be what this match has the potential to be. Sareee and Natsupoi, single match is guaranteed. Natsupoi gets what she wants. And when it happens, it's going to be one of the best matches of the entire year. That is the level they are capable of. That is the level I think they will reach. And I'm very, very excited about it. This was a fiery angle, fiery trios match. Go check it out. We then had a unit battle. It was God's Eyes, Shuri, Hina, Rani Yagami, Kyoko Katatsu, and Saki Kashima. Good to see Saki Kashima back, by the way, after having to miss the tag league stuff. They'll be taking on Suzuki, Rina Yamashita, Itsuki Aoki, Bozilla, and Akira Kuragane. And it was Suzuki pinning Hina to get the win. Not too much to this match outside. It was a quality match. There's no angle being built up here. Mi Vita Loca getting the win. Yeah, I don't know if there's much to take away from this match. outside of like Shuri and Rini and Yamashita have fantastic chemistry. Like the past few times they've got to face off have been really good. Um, but this is kind of where these two factions are right now. They're kind of in a spot of nothingness. One could argue Mivi Loca's been there the entire time for the most part since they formed. In God's Eye, right? They have Ami Sohrei who's in that, and Shuri's the IWGP Women's Champion who's waiting for Saya Kamatani. So it's a weird spot. I thought Hina and Suzu did do great though in the closing stretch as well. Hina's phenomenal. I've talked about that. If you haven't, go see the Future of Joshi video on her and Rena. But Hina deserves to have a big time year next year. And I'm pretty confident she will. So her getting the L here was confusing. I was like, Rana could have been pinned, Tatsu could have been pinned, Kashima could have been pinned. I know the pins don't matter as much now, as they once did. Like if someone's getting pinned, it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But I think we could have protected her here. But Suzu getting the win may be the more noteworthy thing. It's good to see, right? Maybe Suzu's getting propped up for something here soon. I don't really know what. I don't know what makes the most sense for her. She's lost the World of Stardom Championship match this year. She's lost an IWGP Women's Title match this year. So maybe it's more of just kind of getting her and her group momentum. We'll see. I don't expect her to have a big match at Queendom, but a win's a win. Good timing. We'll see if that remains to be seen. We'll see if that remains to be true, I should say. And then we had the return of Maika and the return of X, who, of course, was revealed to be none other than Xena. Welcome back to Xena. She has been very missed, as has Maika. I was so happy to see Xena walk down to the ring. I was so happy. Xena is awesome. Xena is one of those names who, when she debuted back in 2023 now? Was it 2023? Yeah, I think it was. I remember everyone's like, oh, I don't know who this is. And, that's kind of how this works. The same was said for like the Mariah Mays of the world. And when Xena came back last year, right, joining EXV, becoming a full-time member, she showed why she is someone to watch and why she's so good. So when she missed the past year due to injury, it was a major loss because she was really gaining momentum. She had the awesome World of Stardom Championship match with Maika last year. She had a really good high-speed title match with May Sarah. She had a really good 5-star. All the momentum was on her side before that injury. So seeing her come back alongside Maika, I applaud it. And I'm super duper excited. And Maika, on the other hand, Maika, I was so happy. Listen, me and Maika have had a bumpy road. I've never consistently been a Maika fan. I'm the first to admit that. But Maika won me over when she had that World of Stardom champion reign. It's one that I think is even underappreciated by me and others, but it's a reign that I really ended up liking. It had some great championship matches, and it was a reign that I think established Mike as a serious threat and one of the top dogs in Stardom. And right after that's when she kind of changed everything, right? She went into the 5-star, changed everything, cut her hair, new gear, new entrance theme, all these different things. And I was like, okay, you kind of just changed everything that I really learned to really love about you. Well, Maika steps back into the ring in this match, and she felt like Maika of old. Still the newer theme song, but she felt like the Maika of old that was the world champion, that was all these different things. And that was so inviting. And she stepped into the ring in this match, and she was the star of the match. I think Xena looked good in her return. I think Maika looked fantastic. Maika and Saya Kamatani were the main pairing. Sorry, Sariano. I know you're challenging for the World of Stardom Championships very, very soon here, but you are not going to be the one taking that belt from Saya Kamatani. I think we all know who it is now based on this match. Maika came out like a rocket. like a rocket. She was determined to take down Kamatani, take down Hate, the same group that cost her the World of Stardom Championship over a year ago, the same group that has led to so much of her ups and downs, right? She had that great hardcore match with Natsuko last year at Queendom that she actually lost. I think that's something that's vastly overlooked. Um, so many of her faults, so many of the ups and downs have come at the hands of Hate. So as she steps back into the ring here, she was ready, she was determined, and she was going. These are the best lariats I've ever seen Maika hit in her life, by the way. She was turning Saya Kamatani inside out. She hit the big superplex from the top rope. She did all these little different things, all these great things that you remember from Maika. And listen, this is just the first match back. She's going to build on this and build on this and build on this. But ultimately, she pinned Saya Kamatani in the middle of the ring with the Michinoku driver number 2. She pinned her 1, 2, 3. Wow. What a way for her to return. What a way for Xena to return. These two, Matoi and Ann, what a boost. What a boost right before Queen. It's fascinating because I it's one of those things where if someone's missing for a long time, you appreciate them more when they're gone, right? That type thing. And while Micah was gone, I started to really like, oh man, there was a consistency there that we don't have right now. And when she stepped back out there, and I was like, man, when she returned last week, I should say, I was pumped. And when she returned on this show and had that performance, I was like, man, this is someone who Stardom needs because ever since Taro Kata started running booking and such, Micah has been one of the pivotal points of that, right? It's been her and Saya. And with Starlight Kid also out, who was kind of the not I don't want to say replacement, but the other pivotal point of booking, it was just Saya for so long. It's welcome to have someone like Micah back who is now going to really challenge Saya Kamatani. And essentially, we're going to build to that match. She already pinned Saya Kamatani here. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. As dominant and as eventful of a win as you can get in your return. And they're telling you what is going on. Micah is getting, to me, set up for that All-Star Grand Queendom show in April. That feels like the direction, that feels like the destination for those two to collide, Saya Kamatani and Micah. That's tough day to be Sayariano, I'll tell you that. This has not been a build for that match that will light the world on fire. Maybe that's the way to say it. I don't think I'm gonna walk into that championship match expecting too much. It'll be good. But she's been forgotten a bit. Um, so that's like the downside of this match. The only downside of this match that I quite enjoyed. But hey, it is what it is. Welcome back to Xena. Welcome back to Micah. Both of them super duper welcomed. Missed, very missed. And I'm very excited to see what they continue to do. I have them team up. I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, they should face BMI 2000 for the belts at Queendom. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not possible. But they should team up. I like them as a duo. I think that makes sense as a match in the lead up to All-Star Grand. We have a lot of time. We have 5 months. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But welcome back to these two. A very good return for each of them. Then we had our first of 2 major matches, starting with the Artists of Stardom Championship match. It was Rina, Konami, and Fukigen Death successfully defending the Artists of Stardom Championships against Waka Tsukiyama, Ryan, and Hanako. Not a championship match I'm going to remember, if we're being honest. Like, it was a fine stat pad of a match, like we're padding stats here. Um, and that's fine. Yeah, it's not it was one of the more, less exciting matches on the show, quite frankly, like the one before this, the Natsupoi and Sareee one, the Rookie's return, and the main event, they were all higher than this to me. So, like, it was almost kind of the forgotten match in many ways. You're lumped between the Maika return, the Xena return, and the big time main event. So that's a tough spot. This match wasn't bad. I won't say it was bad, but I don't think it's a title match that if you missed it, you're going to be like, oh, do I have to go see it? Not really. I mean, I'm a big Rena fan, so like, if you want to see Rena have a solid end of the match performance with Rion, then sure. But it was kind of by the numbers otherwise. You know, Rion had a lot of fire in the closing stretch, got a great near fall on her signature pin. She also hit her spinning power bomb that she does on Rena for a great near fall that had to be broken up by Konami and Fukigen Death. And then Rena ultimately made Rion tap in a very long submission. That is, they gave her a lot of hope spots for Rion, which ultimately really lifted up the match. So yeah, I'd say go check it out. I think it's always good to check out title matches, quite frankly. Um, but Rena gets the win. Rena is the one walking away with the victory. I'm just saying to myself, what are we doing with Rena? You know, Rena had the big year, right? The incredible Wonder Storm Championship match, uh finalist in the Cinderella tournament, semifinalist in the 5-star, just a breakout year. Art Storm champion. But in many ways, it feels like her not having a signature match at All Star, or sorry, Stardom Dream Queendom would feel like a big swing and a miss. I think that would be a big swing and a miss. I think she needs to have one, you know, and she should have a signature match of some sort. I don't know against who, I don't know what, but considering the year, considering the importance of her year and the importance of her future in this company, I'd get her in a good position. Maybe just have her face Hina, you know, put them one on one. I doubt that they do that, but they should. That'd be really cool. Um, but yeah, that's kind of my big thing is like I'm just hoping Rena's gets something good at Queendom, and then we can build her up, have her win the Cinderella and win the title. Right? Right? I I want her to win the Wonder so bad. But like I said, a solid championship defense, not one you have to go out of your way to see, but one worth checking out if you got the time. I think that'd be fine. So that is that from the Artists of Stardom Championship. But let's get to our main event of the evening. And that, of course, was Iida versus Ami Sohrei. Winner goes on to Stardom Dream Queendom 2025 at Ryogoku Sumo Hall to take on Konami for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. I think a lot of people going in this match probably predicted the Ami Sohrei win. I think I probably did too mentally, but the hope was Iida. Right? The hope had to be Saeed. Not it's nothing against Ami Sohrei. Ami Sohrei has been great since her return. Saeed has been long, long overdue for this moment. Long overdue for this chance. Long overdue for an opportunity. And these two had a sensational match. This is the best match I have watched since Io and Mayu. Like that is how I felt about this match. It is the best match I have watched since then. I feel like you know, we're at the end of the year, so things kind of calm down. Oh, sorry, that's not true. That's not true. Since Sareee and Chiro Hashimoto, those were so close. Yeah, okay, better. Not as long as I thought. This Saida versus Ami Sohrei is the best match I have seen since Sareee and Chiro Hashimoto in all of wrestling. This is what you want in a big time Korakuen main event. This is what you want when a opportunity is on the line like the Wonder of Stardom Championship. You are seeing these two step into the ring and do a match that is as big as you want. And they are doing it in their way. This isn't the Stardom main event style. No, 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 no. You know, the Stardom main event style that we've all become very accustomed to, and this a good thing. This was a slugfest. This was a never open weight, you know, championship match type feel. These two destroyed one another. These two chopped the hell out of one another. These two took each other's heads off with lariats. And my God, one of the spots of the year when Ami Sohrei hits a suplex on Saida, and I think Saida snapped in half. I was terrified on the apron. They had traded back and forth, like, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Oh, Ami Sareee got it all right. Terrifying, terrifying spot, but an absolutely sick spot all at the same time. That really brought the match from, okay, we're here to, oh, we are here. And the closing stretch, big time lariats, big time chops. Like I said, Iida, she's a star, man. She is a star. She is someone who is so beyond ready for this opportunity. She is someone who has continuously worked and worked and worked and worked her way to this spot to be one of the best wrestlers, one of the most consistent wrestlers, one of the most intense wrestlers on the planet. When she throws up her armband to hit the big lariat and they're running back and forth, I'm just like, oh, I'm charged up. I'm fired up. And she hits another lariat and then she hits the brain buster. The brain buster on Ami Sareee to get the win. This match, like I said, was sensational. It is a must watch. It is a slugfest. It is a war. It is what these two do. This is their style, and they're the perfect clash. They're the perfect clash, the perfect main event. And now Iida, not Hanan, Iida. Many of us predicted the wing gory person that was going to go and face Konami would be Hanan. No. It is Iida. She is going to Ryogoku Sumo Hall with an opportunity to win the Wonder of Stardom Championship, her first ever Wonder of Stardom Championship match, and it is so deserved. Listen, do I think this all leads to Hanan returning probably at that show and challenging Konami? Probably. And that's fine. That's fine. But as long as we are getting Iida in a big championship match, that is the win of the day. That is the win. So congratulations to Iida. Congratulations to Ami Sareee. She absolutely showed out too. But Iida finally getting the big opportunity and doing so at the second biggest show of the year on the Stardom calendar. That's pretty awesome. This was a top tier Iida performance. This might have been the best match of Ami Saree's career. Like, that's how great this match was. I loved it. And the win for Iida, it was all the more deserving. It was a special moment to see that the crowd was hot for Iida, chanting Iida, Iida. I think I was doing that at 7 a.m. in the morning as well. Like I said, a very deserving victory for someone who has long deserved the opportunity. So congratulations to Iida. Your Stardom Dream Queendom 2025 card is now as follows so far. You have Saya Kamatani defending the World of Stardom Championship against Sariano. You have the Wonder of Stardom Championship, Konami, defending against Saya Iida. You have the Goddesses of Stardom Championship, BMI 2000, face off against Aya Sakura and Sayaka Karara in a rematch from the Tag League Final. And Fua-chan will make her re-debut in a one-on-one match against Hazuki. Sareee and Natsupoi sure look determined, or destined, I should say, to be on that show as well. And we'll see what else comes about in the coming weeks. But this show was all about Iida, Maika, Xena, Matoi, and welcome back to those four. Congratulations to Iida on the big win in a phenomenal main event. That is that from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. Hopefully you enjoyed this show. We'll be back, like I said, on Wednesday or Thursday with a Marigold Joshi weekly special. We will be talking the Sapporo Championship matches from this past Saturday, as well as the Shinjuku Face show that airs on Wednesday. And then after that, I have some specials coming up. But you know what? Since you're all here, if you've made it this far, here's what to expect from the channel the rest of the year. We're going to have a very special feature on one wrestler ahead of her big championship match at the beginning of next year. That's something to look forward to. We are going to have the Stardom Dream Queendom 2025 preview that will come out on probably the 26th, day after Christmas. So look forward to that. Maybe before Christmas. I have not decided yet. So it could be the 24th. We will have the Dream Queendom 2025 review that will drop, of course, on the 29th. So once that show is watched, I will be recording and we'll be getting that up. We're going to review the Marigold Rookie of the Year tournament, which will happen most likely on the end of the year show. That hasn't been announced officially yet, but that's what happened last year on the New Year's Eve show. So we will review that mini tournament if and when that happens. We'll also be doing a Marigold First Dream preview, a special Sareee Yamaoka first anniversary video, a Marigold First Dream review as well, a Saya Kamatani versus Shuri review from Wrestle Kingdom. We'll be doing a Joshi Weekly Wrestle Kingdom Week special. So we'll go over all the other Joshi shows, including a big time TJPW Itian show that I'm always excited for every year. I think it's usually their show of the year, at least their most consistent show of the year. And that card is looking great. We'll also be doing a Joshi predictions video and, of course, the 5-star Joshi Awards. That is everything you have to look forward to from right now to the next month. The Joshi predictions will drop a day after or 2 days after the awards, which are likely to go live on the 6th or 7th. Of January. So look forward to that. The ballot will be dropped on my social medias as well as posted right here on the YouTube channel. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be live after Stardom Dream Queen, and we like to make sure we get the big show in, of course, so everyone can vote from there. But that is everything we have cooked up, plus a potential Christmas special as well. We're cooking something up, something fun, a Joshi Christmas special, that is. So keep an eye out for that. And then next year, don't you worry, I will give you the full slate for next year as we get closer to next year. But thank you everyone for listening. Shout out to Iida for the big time performance. We'll be back next time. If you haven't, go check out all the videos we got. Stardom Update, Joshi Weekly, Rina and Hina, the breakout twins of Stardom, the Joshi Weekly double review. If you haven't seen that yet, so much to check out, so much to go out of your way to see. Thank you everyone for listening. And until next time, so long. See you later. Bye-bye.